Right, so to control the heating in the back, which comes out of these vents here, you've got your vents there. So when you put the rear heating on, that's where it comes out. Also down here, just down by the rear seat, is where the ventilation grills are, so that's where it comes out for your feet. Lower down, you press the rear and that will control your temperature. You don't have sort of much control over it, of which vents you want it to come out of. That's controlled by the controls on the vents themselves in the back. You can turn them off and you can pivot them, etc, etc. But there's just one sort of setting for the whole of the rear of the vehicle. That also goes for the air conditioning. If you want the air conditioning on in the rear, then you just turn your temperature down and set the aircon. So controlling the heating in the front is done from the climate control. So if you're on a radio or something else, another screen, you go into climate control. You've got various options here. You've got the option to heat your windscreen directly at you, down on the floor. You can turn all of them on, or just have them individually. Turn those off. And then of course you've got your heated steering wheel. You've got your air purifier there, that turns the air purification on. You've got the whether you want the recirculated air or fresh air to come in from outside. The fan is there, fairly straightforward. You've got the AC button, or you've got the AC Max, which puts a boost on the AC, as you can hear. I think you can hear. We'll turn that off. I suppose that you'd use that if you just got in the vehicle and the vehicle was quite warm. You could put that on. And then of course you've got your heated seats here, individual heated seats, which you can turn off and on. Every time you press it, it goes up or down. Same with this side. When it comes on, it's maximum, and then you can turn it down as it goes. You've got separate climate controls for each side. You turn the AC off because I've left that on. You can have it on so you can do both sides together, or you can have them individually, or you can just have the whole thing on automatic. So that's your smart menu, where you can pick all of the things here. If you press the warm hands one, then the steering wheel warms up. So these are pretty much the same settings as the other one. So if you want cool feet, then that's your button for that. Warm feet, that's your button for that. And they're your basic heating controls on the front of the cabin. Okay, so we'll go through the back now, because this is which has caused a little bit of controversy about people not really knowing how the cabin heat works when you're parked up on a campsite or something like that. I'm not talking about the vehicle heating now, which is controlled by the engine heat. I'm talking about the diesel heater control. So we'll go into the back and just run through those. Right, first thing I'll show you is where the heat comes out. This is from the diesel heater, and where the heat comes out from the diesel heater is the vent starts about there, just goes round this corner to there. So you've got from there to there, to there, which is underneath the fridge, which is a strange place for the heater. But also I have noticed that the heat that comes out of here also runs, the heat pipes come from the back, because the diesel heater is in the back outside, obviously, and the pipes from it, the heating pipes, actually come under the lithium batteries, which is quite handy, because if you have this heating on for a couple of hours in the morning and then you set off to drive, your heat heating your batteries have warmed up, your lithium batteries have warmed up, which means they'll charge quicker and be more efficient when they're warmed up. So anyway, let's get round to the panel and just go into this sort of myth idea that's cropped up. Right, this is your panel for your heating. Let's get it turned on. There we go. That's going to tell me I haven't got any water in, I suspect. Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay, great. So just press the button again and we go to the heating and ventilation section, which is there. We go to the, just before we go into there, you can actually set a preset starting time. So if you wanted your heating to come on in the morning, so it's nice and warm when you got up, then you can use that. But I don't really see the point of it myself, because you got like the heating control is here and the bed is like there. So I don't really sort of see the point of that. You might as well just get up and turn it on. So anyway, we're going to this section now, and I can see where the myth has come from, saying you can only have the heating on for 120 minutes. Well, you can and you can't, so I'll just explain that. So this is the heating duration you can set. If you press the heat immediately button, that uses this heating duration section, which once you've used up this 120 minutes, you can't then reuse the heater until you move the vehicle. I think it's something to do with some government thing that they had to include to be able to pass some kind of emission, something or other, but anyway, I don't know what that is. So I can see where the myth has come from, that you can only heat the vehicle for 120 minutes on the diesel heater I'm talking about, which can be preset. You can have like 60 minutes, but I don't really see the point of it. I've never used it. I'm never likely to use it, because once you've used up that 120 minutes, once you've used that up, if you did do it that way, you've got to move the vehicle before you can use it in continuous operation. You can't just think, oh, well, I'll use it for the 120 minutes and then when it cuts out, I'll put the continuous operation on, because it won't work. You've got to move the vehicle, so it's better not to use it, in my opinion. So I use it in continuous operation. Once you press the continuous operation, it will stay on indefinitely. So you've got absolutely loads and loads. You've got as much time as you want. Now, you can preset the temperature. This isn't a temperature. It's not like you're setting it to 7 degrees or something like that. You're actually setting it to number 7, which is what I've been using it on lately in 0 degrees conditions. I've been up in Scotland and using it up there in 0 degree conditions. And number 7 is quite comfortable. It sort of cuts in and out as and when required. And I was using it in continuous operation. I was using it for about 7 hours a day with no problem at all. So the 120 minutes myth is busted. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got this far, you probably did. I hope you got something out of it. I hope it cleared up the myth about the heating. And to show your appreciation, I would really appreciate it if you would click the subscribe button and the like button. And also, if you wouldn't mind leaving just a little comment, just something like hi from the USA or hi from the UK, just to let me know where people are watching it from, where you are in the world. Doesn't take a couple of minutes, and I do spend more than a couple of minutes making these videos for you, so that would be great if you could do that. Anyway, I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.